ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Fallon, right over here.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Robert.
And the greatest driver.
TJ.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Robert
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
You know, normally I ask, are you guys excited? And everyone goes, but you've been waiting like 11 days to get on the tour, so I'm not going to push my luck. But are you guys excited?
Yes!
Oh, you guys are terrific. Well, I want you to get a photograph of the building coming up on the right. Nothing out here is real except this building. This is Fire Station 51. Also a Tesla Model 3 out here. One of you is going to win that Tesla.
Woo!
And these are the fire trucks. I don't know where the firemen are. Did you guys do Jurassic World? Because if you didn't do Jurassic World, I was going to ask TJ to park the tram. We are literally driving behind Jurassic World
that's awesome.
on the right. In a few seconds, you're going to see a bunch of people waiting to get on Jurassic World. And I know you're excited to see those people. Oh my goodness, there's somebody out here. Wait, is the park closed? What time is the park closing? I know about this thing being built out here, right, on the right. Super Mario Land, Mario Go-Kart, I'm not sure, but it's going to be ready in a couple of days. No, it's going to be taking a little bit more time. Folks, do me a favor, look to your left. So many, all these buildings out here on the left, numbered buildings, these are the Universal sound stages. We do all of the indoor filming for all of our movies and TV shows inside these sound stages. For instance, passing by Soundstage 17 on the other side of this truck. Soundstage 17 is where we do the TV show Superstore. If you look at the monitor very quickly.
I know it's hard in here, but let's have some patience for one another.
Yeah, you know, they think it makes us fall out.
Now, let me call your attention to the monitor. You're looking at Ben Feldman, America Ferrera. Superstore takes place in the giant megastore. They did not film Superstore in a Target or Walmart or anything like that. Superstore filmed inside of our sound stages. This is a giant set. Hey, how you doing? That is that star. You can't tell who it is because it's got its mask on, but that's that guy. So that's the set. Yes, not real. Across from us is Soundstage 21. So let me explain something. I've been here forever, literally. I was out here in the early 1990s. Steven Spielberg was filming Jurassic Park out here. Steven Spielberg filmed some of Jurassic Park inside of Soundstage 21. I was also out here when Ron Howard was filming Apollo 13. Ron Howard filmed Mission Control inside of Soundstage 21. I actually snuck inside there one day when nobody was filming. That was back like in 1993. Speaking of movie stars, so the park was, let me explain one more thing. The park was closed for a year, but during that year we were still filming movies and TV shows out here. But I remember before the park closed down, a few years before that, we were driving by on the right, Soundstage 41, just talking. Out of the door suddenly comes Chris Pratt, because Chris Pratt was filming a promo for Jurassic World inside of Soundstage 41. A couple of minions standing out here on the right. Hello, minions. Anyone know the names of the minions? Yes, what's the name of the minions? That's right. Bob and Kevin. That's right. So many years ago, the little beige buildings off to the left were actually dressing rooms for all the big stars that used to film here. People like John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, Clint Eastwood, Ronald Reagan, Lucille Ball. And kids, if you don't know who those people are, ask mom and dad. Then, what they did was they took the buildings and they turned them into what used to be dressing rooms got turned into office buildings. So nowadays, all the top writers and producers and directors in Hollywood have offices out here. Tom Cruise used to have an office out here. Paul Walker from the Fast and Furious films had an office out here. Paul Newman. If any of you kids ever become big movie stars or something, you'll probably have an office out here. And probably the most famous movie director of all time, Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock passed away back in 1980, 41 years ago, but his office is still out here. It's still there in one piece, bungalow 5195. You see his famous profile next to the entrance. Another TV show that shoots out here is The Voice with John Kelly, Blake, and Nick. The Voice films inside of Soundstage 22. That was also where Will and Grace was filming when Will and Grace came back to television. And normally they ask us to go off the microphone when we pass by this office building on the right. You can see a reflection. There's nobody working today, so I'm just going to keep talking. On to the Universal Backlot. Now, it's out here on the Backlot that we do all of our outdoor filming, and we do this outdoor filming in front of giant phony buildings. And we're about to pass by New York off the left. You're going to see a bunch of stuff that's going to be used on American Ninja Warriors. American Ninja Warriors is going to be filming out there very, very soon. Guys, we're about to go see King Kong. The entrance to Kong is right over there. TJ is going to do in Hollywood what we call a right turn. He is doing it as I speak. So don't put your glasses on yet. Peter Jackson was going to come on here to tell you to put your glasses on. Welcome to Skull Island, everyone. This is true.
Glasses on, everybody. We're back at Skull Island.
Wow, we could smell that. Yeah.
You had been here yesterday. There was a tour yesterday that went inside Kong and that tunnel that we went into before they were stuck in the tunnel for like 15 minutes and the doors never opened up and they had to drive away. And it's no fun. Also, I was in there the other day and, you know, they're getting everything back because it's been closed for a year. The ground didn't shake inside Kong, so, you know, it's like watching a movie at home. I think she's going to cut in front of us, TJ. Is that Jerry? That's Jerry driving. You see those guys walking around out there, they work on American Ninja Warriors. And something you may not know about American Ninja Warriors, they film it at like 1 o'clock in the morning because they want hours and hours of dark, so they film it really, really, really early in the morning. And anytime you see like a large tent, that's where the cast and crew have lunch of any production. And that was our collapsing bridge. We used to drive across that back in the 70s and 80s. Collapsing bridge. Now, the first car you're going to see is Kit, but it's not Kit from the David Hasselhoff Backrider. It's Kit from the reboot. There was a reboot of Knight Rider. The original was a Trans Am, that's a Mustang. But these are the actual cars from the actual movies and TV shows. And some of these cars have motors in them, some of them do not. Now, in a few moments, on the left, you're going to see the gyrosphere from Jurassic World. All of you should get a photograph of the gyrosphere. It's next to this green Mercedes. This tank from Transformers is actually made completely out of wood. That is a wooden tank. And those of you who've been here before, many years ago, who remembers what used to be behind the two doors out here on the left? Is anyone? The next time you're on YouTube, put in Universal Studios Hollywood Dancing Cars, and you'll see what used to be behind the doors here on the left. It was slightly embarrassing.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
So the first three Jurassic Park movies were filmed here at the studio. You're about to see a bunch of stuff in the first three JP movies. If you look to your left, you're going to see a mobile laboratory. This thing went over the side of a cliff in the second film. Here it is going over the side of a cliff. Oh, and we also have spitting dinosaurs out here. So I think they're actually spitting hand sanitizer. I hope. Or something, I don't know. Man, you know, I think they turned up the water levels in the year we were closed. So everything in Hollywood is an illusion, including Mother Nature. If you look closely at some of these trees, you'll notice the trees are actually made out of foam rubber and styrofoam. And the trees have little wheels on the bottom and handles on the side. And because they're made out of styrofoam, you can move them easily from set to set. TJ is taking us, ladies and gentlemen, into Mexico. We're going to Mexico. I do want to tell you, this is where Three Amigos was partially filmed. Chevy Chase, Steve Martin Short. Janet Jackson filmed her escapade video on here. Oh, what is that? What is that? I hear... Is that thunder and lightning? I think it is thunder and lightning. At least it's not raining out here. Oh, gee. Alright. Hey, guys, in car number 3... Yeah, you guys, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to keep an eye to your left, because if you see any water coming down that hill, I need you guys back there to scream really, really loud. Okay? And since we're in Mexico, you have to scream in Spanish. Just be really loud. This is going to be good. Thank you. Yeah. So let me explain something. This is the first time we've been going this way through the flash flood. Usually we go on to the right, and I haven't seen the water splash like that in over a year. And that poor woman, never knew it hit her. I apologize, poor woman. This is what it looked like on film.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that.
This movie, does anyone know what movie this is? And then first showing up. This is Big Fat Liar, not Liar Liar, Big Fat Liar. Yeah, so they opened up this portion of the backlot. This is the first time I've been driving through here since the park reopened like a few days ago. Again, it's been a year since I've been through here. This is our little western street. They shot an episode of one of the Star Trek TV series, Next Generation or Voyager or something out here. This was also Australia in the Disney movie Saving Mr. Banks about the making of Mary Poppins. This was Australia in 1906. But the big movie that filmed out here a few years ago was the Quentin Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. With there's a long scene where Mr. DiCaprio, Leonardo DiCaprio, is talking to a little girl, and he's talking to her right out here. And whenever they film any sort of a western on the street, obviously they have to have, you know, the actors in the proper uniform. But the thing you don't think about, the one thing they have to do in the street, they have to cover the ground, every inch of the ground, with dirt. And they bring in truckloads of dirt. And then they put the dirt out here. They film the scene, and then guys have to come out here with gigantic brooms, and they literally have to sweep the dirt away from here immediately because we have tours coming through here. We can't leave the dirt out here because we would lose traction. So somebody in Hollywood gets paid just to put dirt out here and then sweep the dirt away. And all of the brickwork and stonework and granite and marble and concrete is in reality foam rubber, wood, fiberglass, plastic. You're the first people this entire week since we opened to drive through that street. We opened it seriously just for you guys. We had to do this. So hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. TJ is going to drive us into the building on the right. This is Soundstage 50. Please remain seated as we enter Soundstage 50, the inside of which it looks like a San Francisco subway station. And like 16 years ago, 616, TV show Bones is filming, and here's Bones.
Let them switch.
I told you to stick up in his arms. That's the FBI? Yeah, we're about to human remains. That's it.
That was a Fox television series, Bones, starring David Boreanaz and Emily Blunt. That's an earthquake. Guys, we got an earthquake. Hang on. Sorry about that.
Oh no.
Is that ceiling caving in back there? That never happened before. There goes car number 3. Sir, don't look. It's too horrible. Don't look.
Oh no.
Good.
Oh.
All right, this is a subway station. Where's the subway? The subway should have been out here by now.
Oh no. Oh no. Here it comes. Oh, that was close.
So guys, that was Universal's simulation of an 8.3 earthquake. What is this? This is Now, there was an earthquake movie, 1974. The following year, 1975, of course, was the year of Jaws. TJ is going to take us into Amity Island, home of Jaws. By the way, please remain seated as we enter the home of Jaws. Somewhere out there in the water is a great white shark. I don't know where the shark is. I know he's out there somewhere. There he is. He's right there. Starboard side. Luckily for us, there is a police diver near the boat. I will introduce you. That man right there in the water is Tomas. Tomas! Tomas comes from Guatemala or Ecuador. Tomas, get out of the water, Tomas. 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 Ah, Tomas, no mas. Thank you. TJ's gonna hide us behind these drums of gasoline. Poor Tomas. Te lastima. I don't know where the shark is. I've lost track of the shark. Shark is pulling. Hit that gasoline line. That's gasoline coming out of that nozzle. All right, now in Hollywood we call this fire. Where's the shark? There's the shark right there, right there. That shark looks a lot like the shark that was used in the movie Jaws. By the way, let me tell you what the shark is made out of. It's not the body is made out of rubber and the head is made out of like cement because we have to change the shark every like 8 years. And you'll see that little area on lots of TV shows from the 1970s, but everything out here, I mean literally everything has been used over and over and over again in various movies and TV shows. And we change things slightly so that you don't notice that you're looking at the same buildings over and over again. Oh, if you look to your right, this house here on the right, this thing has been in a million movies and TV shows. That's that house right there, Chicken Ranch. And also note, I gotta point this out real fast. This house over here does not even have a back to it right over there. So many years ago, there was a big movie star shooting a movie out here on the Backlot. He was driving his Rolls Royce down this hill one day. Wasn't paying attention to what he was doing. One of our trams was coming up around the road like we are right now. This big movie star drove his Rolls Royce right to the front of one of our trams because these things are like 10 tons. Nobody was hurt, but the movie star's Rolls Royce was demolished in the front, and people were literally jumping off of the tram and picking up pieces of the Rolls Royce as souvenirs. I don't want to tell you the name of the movie star because that would be indelicate, but it was John Travolta. So I mentioned that they got, I don't want to say they got rid of it. They got rid of Whoville. I don't know, maybe they moved Whoville somewhere, but they probably, it was falling apart. It was never meant to be out. It was out here for like 18 years, and it was never meant to be outside that long. So they put a bus out here, and some tiny automobiles, a bus, a hearse. I think that's Bumblebee from Transformers. And they left the storage crates out here that the cars came down here in. And that one's still open. That's cute. It's nice. Anyway, the cars are parked behind an ordinary looking building off to the right. Nondescript building. Happens to be Bates Motel from Psycho. And kids, if you haven't seen Psycho, ask Mom and Dad to pick it up. It's a fun family film. And Norman is in the window looking at us. Now, I want to be clear about something, just so you guys know this. This is not the original Bates Motel from Psycho. This is from Psycho 2 or Psycho 3. No one is 100% sure, but that is the original Psycho house up on the hill, the one and only Psycho house. And here is an Easter egg. The only thing in the Psycho house is Mrs. Bates. Mrs. Bates is rocking back and forth in a chair on the second story of the front of the house. If you look at, those of you on the left side of the tram, if you look at the second story window on the front of the house, you'll see Mrs. Bates. She's good. She looks horrible.
Oh, wow.
She's not wearing a mask. Behind the Psycho house. It's a crashed airplane. Who knows where this crashed airplane comes from? That's right. No one knows. This is from the Steven Spielberg movie, War of the Worlds of Tom Cruise. This has been out here since 2005. 2005.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Stephen had.
For them to sit down to talk about the War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood?
Those of you who've taken the tour before know that this is a real airplane. The guides always say this is a real airplane. They may not have told you how much everything cost. This is a Boeing 747 class 200 jet airliner, brand new. One of these things was like $45 million. War of the Worlds was a Paramount movie. Paramount bought a used jet airliner for $60,000, the price of an SUV. They tore it apart, brought the pieces out here, and it's been out here in various pieces since 2005. And I don't. Some of you on the left side of the tram, if you look at the hills, there are people living in the houses up there. Really rich people live in the houses up there. They look down here every day and see a crashed airplane. A crashed airplane in their backyard. Through the bushes and the trees off to the right is a brown and green log cabin. Cabin is from the movie The Great Outdoors, starring John Candy. It was also in the Mark Wahlberg movie Shooter. It was in an episode or two of Picard, the Star Trek spin-off. This is where Riker lives. In Picard. Yeah. Oh, and Tom Hanks crash landed a jet airliner in front of that blue backdrop in the movie Sully. So there's a pool, a pond, whatever you want to call it, in front of that blue backdrop. They put an airplane out there, and water, and actors. It took them a week to film this scene. It was shot right out there across from us. But that's all on the backlot right over there. Now, folks, we just found out something. Apparently, one of you on board our tram is a witness for the FBI, and you're being pursued by the evil arch criminal, Owen Shaw. Which one of you is the witness? Her? Well, thanks for giving her up. All right, we gotta hide this girl that her family gave up. We're gonna hide out in this garage. Everyone remain seated as we enter the garage, which is a well-known street racer party hangout. Yeah, it is.
The witness and you can resume breathing.
You know it's crazy out there. You guys ride hard. Respect.
Now my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And you're welcome to join our group anytime.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. Folks, we are rapidly approaching the end of the tour. You're going to get one last look of the San Fernando Valley. Beautiful day here in Hollywood. I'm glad I'm here in California. I think California is the place to be right now, seriously, considering what's going on around the world. 2 miles away from us is another movie studio. That is Warner Brothers. The movie Casablanca was filmed out there in 1942. My Fair Lady was filmed out there in 1964. They sometimes come out here and shoot some of their movies in our Backlot, Warner Brothers. Once again, everyone, my name has been Robert. Our driver has been TJ. It's been our pleasure taking you guys all over the studio. Let me say something really quickly. All of us here at Universal appreciate the fact that, seriously, you guys came out here, you bought tickets to come to the park, reopening week. We are so glad you guys came here today. Seriously, I mean, we love the fact that you came out here. There's a tram parked in front of us. We're so close. I'm going to point out something because you guys are so nice that I'm not supposed to point out. I don't know if I'm not supposed to point this out, but no one ever said I couldn't point it out. You'll see it. The first car can see this maybe better than the second car. The third and fourth car can see this as we pull up. I'm going to ask the first car, does anyone know what this building is in front of us? Right in front of us. This is the back of the Harry Potter Forbidden Journey ride. This is the part of the ride you're not supposed to see. So don't tell me what I'm talking about. Forbidden Journey is actually my most favorite ride out here. I'm not. How's the sequel to Life of Pets? You did that, right? Tram. TJ, can we just crash through the tram? Is that possible?